Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the FitzBros podcast. Bit of a weird one tonight. We are live to discuss what Tom Wagner is currently discussing at the Open House. Obviously, listening to what he's saying, so we might be a bit out of it, but listen to what he said and what's been announced already. It's quite exciting what we've listened to. Gutted we haven't got stadium designs, but yeah, very, very useful information. As always, we are the Fitzpatrick brothers. I am Josh, and joined tonight by Kieran. How are we?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Quite excited after listening to what they're saying.
Yeah, it's a shame that it wasn't an extra half an hour. We could have delayed, but then we'd be going to bed really, really late. So I think that's exciting what he's just said about being wanting to protect the top 7 teams or the top of the pyramid, because we're going to be one of those teams shortly.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, the other thing that the main point I've took away from what I've heard tonight, 60,000 is basically a minimum, not a maximum capacity.
Yeah.
And for football, they want us as close to the ground, the pitch as possible. And I think
it's going to be as steep as that 0.5 of a thing, steeper than Everton. So we're going to be right on top of them and stacked high.
It makes me feel like American-style stadiums. You know how they're like stacked above each other?
Yeah.
It gives me that kind of vibe.
Well, we said that about when we went to, where did we go? SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
Like there's so much room at the back for shops and pubs and bars and stuff, but the fans are all stacked high. And we were originally 5 stories high, but we were still really close. Like we could still see a ring at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So like we could still see that. So we'll be able to see a whole football pitch still like that.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting.
That's exciting.
The only bit so far that I'm hoping someone questions, because I'm not quite sure what he meant by it, was having this 2 walls.
So there's a stadium in that portfolio that they do. I think it might be Doha or something, where it's banked like where am I? This.
Yeah.
You know, like the fan walls. Everybody's asking for. Everton have got that massive wall of fans, or like Borussia Dortmund have the yellow wall, for example.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he said we like that idea so much, we're going to give you 2 of them. So I'm imagining we are actually having a bowl, and it's going to be dippy.
Yeah.
Which also falls in with the Allegiant Arena, because they've got 2 big banks, 1 consistent bank around the stuff, and then a view on the opposite side. So I think we're going to get a brick version of that.
I am wondering if we end up a little bit like Newcastle, where obviously we're talking about dampening the away fans. Do we stick them up in the skies?
Yeah, why not?
Out the way, so all our fans are down. Obviously, right now in St Andrews would be perfect to put them in the top of the family stand, get them away, or we've had many discussions about this in the past, but do we potentially look at the new stadium? We're going to end up putting fans in the skies and just out the way, surround the pitch by Blues fans, and like he says, make it hostile, but don't go too far.
Yeah,
So,
I think they'll have a smaller patch, but I found it interesting about the acoustics on the ceiling as well. That wanting to change it.
Yeah. Although it does make me think, from what he's saying, a retractable roof doesn't mean a fully closed roof. So Wembley's is retractable, and it just gives you the little lip or down it. I don't think you can have a fully closed roof.
Not for football.
Not for football, but maybe, I know he mentioned NFL, potentially.
Yeah. But I don't know if there's a height limit. Like if they said, oh, you can have a closed roof as long as it's over so high. So if we're trying to fit 62,000 seat a stadium as close to the pitch and as high, and we're going really tall,
yeah,
that could be interesting.
To be fair, the SoFi Stadium, like you said, as we were 5 tiers up, we were really far away.
Yeah.
But seemed really close, but we were really high.
Yeah.
And you could tell how high we were. I feel like if you're building it like that, you'd get away with a fully closed roof, because I can't imagine, thinking back to it now, a football player is going to kick it that high.
Yeah.
Only person that's really going to kick it that high is a keeper. And it makes me wonder, you'd probably be able to have a fully enclosed roof, but if it's got a retractable one that's going to allow the sound, is that also, we had a discussion earlier, I read something about underfloor heating and stuff like that. Is it also going to work in the favour of trying to keep the stadium warmer? To entice the people on the Tuesday night in the winter to go out to games and actually get involved. And
so what we do is we create
I'll show the fans Q&A.
Is that Craig?
Yeah. I'm ahead of you.
And then it's able to get that follow piece of
What?
So hopefully that's really
Stop talking to me.
Hello, Josie.
Hi, Josh. I can't really hear what he's saying, to be honest.
Yeah,
so I'm going to turn him down.
So basically what he's just said is they collect a load of data to get the best players for specific positions that, obviously, the style of play we play. They get a list of all these players. They'll centralise down to which players want to come to the area, which players will be fitting our style and fit Chris's style of play. They whittle it down to a small list, and then they give that to Chris Davis, and ultimately he then decides who is that final person to come in. And he then decides who's going to come in. So
I'll turn it back up because Craig was just droning on.
If you compare it to, generally in football, the amount you get right, the amount you get wrong, I think we're doing a great job.
gutted we haven't had a stadium design. 20th of November, Wagner has announced we're going to get a stadium design.
Nick Smith was like, yeah, maybe like in a couple of weeks, blah, blah, blah. And Tom Wagner was like 20th of November.
Holly put a good point to earlier, my partner put a good point. Obviously, if you Google when was Blues founded, September 1875, what is the consistent with, he said, in a couple of weeks, in a couple of days, we enter our 150th year month.
Yeah.
What is special about November? Is November the 20th a big day? Maybe our first league game 150 years ago. And that's why they picked that date.
Do you know, I can't help but feel like I'm just thinking about this two banked walls again. I think it's going to look like our logo. You imagine that from above, and this side is banked, and this side is banked.
What, on the roof's going to like?
Yeah, and the roof will be an outline of a ball and globe out of that.
That's smart thinking, to be fair.
And that would be very Birmingham City, and you'd know it was Birmingham from the skies, like he said.
Yeah. Obviously, trains driving past.
Yeah,
What do you say?
I think that would be epic.
Raise your hand if you have a question. Anyone to kick us off?
Paul Hipkiss. In the new stadium, are we looking to replicate the City over 30 years? So are we looking to replicate the seats that we have in St Andrews as best as we can in the new stadium?
Well, it'll be 62,000.
Yeah.
So I think yes and no. So what we're trying to do is accomplish.
Apologies, this isn't much talking. We're listening to the Q&A.
Yeah. I just realised I forgot we were live. Yeah, like you said, it's a bit of a. I don't know how people do watch-alongs because I'm like,
We'll have to ask Mr. Tommy Castle. He's the best at them.
I reckon that question was a bit of a weird one. I mean, why do people ask stupid questions at these things? We got double the capacity, nearly 2.5 times the capacity. Do you think we'll get similar seats to what we got now?
No, so I think what he's trying to put the point of the spacing. Obviously, we got bigger seats in the Tilton, didn't we, and stuff.
When you're looking at the goal that's nearest you, it's there.
Are we looking at those kind of seats, or are we going to have a stadium that's randomly dotted like Brentford?
We're standing. You can't see a single fan in front of it. It feels like you're at
Oh, did you hear what he said then?
No.
He said, "What I want is for you to have for it to have tiers, and for you, even if you're on the highest tier, the goal is there. You can't see a single fan in front of you."
Interesting. So it's going to be a bit American style then.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's totally going to be like the Raiders Stadium.
If we want something totally different, there'll be lots of options there. The goal is to provide all of those different options so that everyone gets what they want.
I love the fact
Must
he
be
hasn't
hard
got.
being.
I love the fact he hasn't got a plan for his speech. He was just like, "We'll let my ADD take me where we're going to go," and he's probably saying stuff that he shouldn't be saying.
The scale of ambition presented today is probably the largest.
Mark, it's a question for Nick. Nick, I can't see it because it's a post. Apologies.
It's one
It's quite.
and two near.
We're going to be the largest planning application the city's ever seen in its history. How confident are you that Birmingham City Council's planning department is one got the capability to understand it, and to they'll be able to say yes? So three, will you be able to help them on the process?
It's a good question.
But she just wanted to know how, making sure the council are going to say yes.
The whole process that has been for the
I'm really excited. But you look at other things that they've spoken about as well. The
meeting that we had.
didn't realise when he was talking about the coaches to the community, and he was like, we had 21 coaches to 3,000 people, and the aim this year is 60,000 people in the community being helped. It shows what they're doing in and around the club as well.
Have and are embracing the side of ambition. They most certainly see the opportunity for the city. If we have a position like that, this is not just a Birmingham City Football Club, initiative. This is a city initiative.
Linda?
Go back to the vision. It's putting the city on the stage.
I thought it was, but you just
The council and the planning department. But I'm also aware that they have. I think they've been in a lot of rooms with a lot of wannabe wealthy people with lots of great ideas, and they've kind of seen a lot of schemes come onto their table that have never kind of materialized, and they absolutely 100% know that this is real. So
I also think that's a bit of a naff question because, like, they've got the actual government pushing this thing, like approving costs. This isn't going to be down to Birmingham City Council, really. The government are going to be like, no, this is happening.
Yeah.
Like, within a certain respect, I think Birmingham have got quite a bit of influence now in terms of the government are spending their own money. There's not really going to be any backlash, really.
I think you got to look at as well, like you said about the government of they'll look at it, how much money this is going to bring to the community and to them in public transport and hosting events all the time. And like you said, the flights, people will fly over it and taking trains past it and the tourist side of stuff.
He just said, I want it to be the biggest non-football event ever hosted outside of football, outside of London. WrestleMania, baby!
I can't imagine that, but it made me laugh earlier when he said Taylor Swift or Coldplay when they come. And I was like, they've both hit massive tours this year, so it's kind of like, could utilise being a massive tour that comes in and helps us with those kind of figures. And they'll have the connection over in the US to bring big US stars that people want to see.
Luke Coombs.
He's currently going on tour. I tried buying tickets the other day, and they're impossible to get.
Guess where they wouldn't be impossible? At a 75,000 seat stadium for concerts.
He's playing Wembley, and it's impossible. They went on sale, and I think they sold out within about like 20 minutes. And I went into the queue, and I was like 73,000 in the queue. And I was like,
That's one way of describing it.
I absolutely love the fact as well, when he spoke to you earlier, that he didn't tell anyone that he was going to the game last night and just turned up.
Just showed up.
Mm.
And he just said, travel 5 hours in a car to go to Preston.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to, not because I have to for the club, because I wanted to. We wanted to go and have beers.
I think the other thing that's key as well that I'm hoping it now puts it.
Oh, these are the ones they've selected offline.
When will the new stadium designs and imagery be shared? And the second part of that question is 2031 a realistic time? 2031, 31.
Please, Lord.
I think the budget will allow for fast track.
I am just wondering.
November 20th will be an event to unveil the stadium, and the way that
On November 20th.
do it will be that everyone will see it at the same time. So I think this isn't going to be like a giant event in St. Andrews necessarily. It's really going to be something that really focusing on private commercial. There's a lot of markets that want
Okay.
project.
Before hearing him say it's not going to be at St Andrews, I was checking to see if it was a game day, and maybe they did like a big thing in the Cop or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a random Thursday in November.
No relation to Blues whatsoever.
Couldn't hear it.
They're not as good as the real ones, like Johnny's.
And in terms of the completion, you heard it here first.
I think who here has built something, right? If you build it and you say, I want it done in 6 months, it gets done in 9, right? So we got to stick to our date.
I keep getting audio cut out. It just keeps going really quiet.
Well, these people built Wembley in record time. And they also built
7 years.
Go a little bit deeper on it. The new
yeah, but it was quicker than and under budget. And then Everton Stadium only took 3 years, and that was to be built on a dock.
Nice try.
Tottenham took 3 years as well.
Yeah.
The answer is yes, but no examples.
Not yet.
Go ahead, Greg, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's a lot of the
Well, they were saying next summer's the time to start building, is it? So is it going to now be you let the winter go and next summer's the big clear out and destroying what's there and having it?
We're going to stand up and say every single one of the stones we're going to take across. We're going to think about, is it that's where you were kind of referencing in terms of stands, but all of those things we really want to listen and work with you to understand exactly what it is that
It's. I think the prep work is already beginning. I think they'll start doing it.
Yeah.
I think they'll have
But
to.
obviously, we've spent the last 24 hours having a look into Is it Manica?
So one more before we come back to the room. Is it?
And some of the designs
Is it realistic to still expect?
they've looked at, worked on in the past.
Do you have to revise your?
I'm just trying to find the photo that I sent you that had
Yes and no. Yes.
all the. So some of the stadiums that Manica have worked on in England, you've got London's Wembley, London Emirates, London West Ham Stadium, and the Tottenham Stadium. They've done the Cardiff City Stadium, the Brighton Stadium, and the Swansea Stadium.
Yeah, I think
They've also done Munich, Hoffenheim, Dusseldorf, Cologne, Mönchengladbach, Schalke, Lille, Lyon, Niza, Bordeaux, Atletico, Espanyol, Bilbao.
The big ones
Bar-
are Wembley. They've done the
Barcelona.
new camp,
Yeah.
which is awesome, and they're doing the San Siro, like redoing
Yeah,
the San
and-
Siro for them. They're massive.
And the other thing to think of as well is they've just built into Miami Stadium. So they've done
That's
all that
cool.
one. And there was another stadium.
The
called-
club, the Cubs, the Chicago Cubs Stadium. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
They built that stadium, and it's and you can see the style that they go with Manica, but obviously working with the other group as well to try and build.
I do think we're going to get a bowl. I do think we're going to get a bowl, but I would love the badge from above.
I think if you look at stadiums that have been built recently, the main ones that come to mind, only Brentford, to me, isn't a bowl. So even though Everton is four sides, it's still all connected. It's still a bowl inside. The outside is just shaped to be square.
Yeah.
And I think we may end up, like you said, something like that, where it's a bowl inside because it'll all be one to keep the atmosphere.
Do you know what they could do? They could build it as like the stadium, an arena, pubs in the middle, and do that, and build it so the plan for the whole thing above
Is the Blues badge.
is the Blues badge.
Yeah.
Get me on that design team. Trust me, I'm in. We're going to get a brick building now, I think, and steel.
I think like the
Bricks and
Lucas Oil Stadium is very much design in my head. Although I did send you the AC Milan Inter Milan San Siro Stadium yesterday, and the one thing I did like about one of the designs they've done is all the glass out the front was season ticket holders.
Yeah,
And
I
it was
saw
there-
that with the
They had
faces on.
faces. Yeah, and I feel like you could do that and utilise some fans, some ex-players, some current players, and
Yeah,
bring that a little bit closer and have that community in there and go back in history of the people, Francis being one of them, etc.
and they have like maybe an event every year where they give the fan of the year or whatever. That they get to
Goes
go
on
on
to
the
the-
stadium
Yeah,
for the next year.
yeah, something like that, which would be quite cool to do.
We're now at the level where we're competing with
I'd be interested to see as well the new club shop, whether we get a massive club shop like Arsenal have, where it's like under the stadium and it's just huge.
Yeah.
Or if we get like it's a separate building and it's maybe Man City's is 2 stories, maybe we get like what they've got, where
Yeah,
they've got a nice new built club shop that's 2 stories, maybe we do something like that. Or,
I do think we're going to get some sort of ball and globe in there, one way or another. There'll be a building that is round, because you know that other the
Heatherwick.
what was it? The what
Heatherwick.
Hedwick? Yeah, them. They'll do some sort of bubble building with bits coming out of it. Bubble with bit. They're bound to. There's going to be something like that, even if it's just a massive like statue or. Oh, you know, like Man City, I've got those spirals for the stairs. What if ours are enclosed in our badges, like on the let's say there's several of them around the stadium, like so every corner that drive past you see the Birmingham City logo because that's the stairs in and out the stadium.
Potentially. I feel like we might get stairways like that though, because it'll help with the exiting.
Yeah, and that's what they're like in. That's what it was like in thing as well, wasn't it? We went outside, we went up, and then we went
Just
into
come
the
down.
stadium. So there was no.
It's a long road, and with the
Yeah,
No,
I think
it's in the first team
I
space
think anyone
taken
out there that hasn't seen it should go and watch the
job.
San Siro Manica designs. They show two different
We'll
stadiums.
share it on our thing.
Yeah, there's two different stadiums they build. The second one, a lot of the food vendors were American style, where rather than being pushed against a wall and being at the back like our food stalls are now, they're in the middle, and people obviously walking in and around, and loads of different stalls down like the middle of an aisle in the concourse rather than against a brick wall. I feel like we could end up with something like that where the vendors are just in the middle of the concourse and serve from one side, kind
I
of.
can't
style.
remember the gold stadium that they've done. Manicure have designed. It's gold. I think it was Doha for the World Cup. That's got two banks. Like it slopes like that. So I think that's what the double-sided thing will be.
Into that as well, into the academy. So there's lots of things that we're doing in the game, in the academy.
Doha Stadium.
I don't know if it was, but go on Manica's thing.
Theme of things, and a question that's come in through the app. You signed 12 players during the summer transfer window. Some of them have not played many minutes. Is your data-led recruitment strategy working for you?
Actually, Andrew, why don't you pick up
Turn over the.
Shanahan, very close to data team, but
The strategy working with strategy working it's the way it actually
I've just come across a Legion Stadium, which is quite.
players.
No, go on their thing. Go on their projects, and then go down. It's one of the bottom ones. It might be in China.
I was on their Instagram, not the website.
Generally about
Website, projects,
looking at
Stadia.
pressing based on how Bristol we're seeing is everything is pressing along.
It's gold stadium, like gold and white. I think it is.
It'd help to lift my phone would allow me to go scroll down a little bit.
Change the data manner. We're starting to see but the data is kind of all of the decision make.
So on top of that, going back to the process.
No, I can't seem to.
I'm going to disappear for a second.
Yeah, so on top of that, going back to the processes.
They did the Cagliari Calcio Stadium.
Looking to recruit a centre half.
That's quite an interesting one.
Look at Lusail Stadium.
Yeah, mine don't allow me to scroll down, so I can't see past. How you spelling it?
Lusail.
Okay, if I got it. I can see where people are coming from looking through social media. People are saying they can't understand the whole point of why they've had this held tonight when they've not announced stadium plans. Maybe they should have kept it for till the 20th of November and done an open house then.
Yeah.
And you can look at it sometimes and say,
My whole thing's collapsed.
You on about this stadium?
Yeah, but have a look at it from the outside.
Those don't know this.
Yeah, that's it.
But looking at that inside, I feel like if you look at the yellow Dortmund, if the wall's what you're on about, you're going to get it like this, where there's not going to be that segregation. It's going to be a straight up wall.
Yeah, but I just think it'd be,
Data. It's really data analytics.
you know, this like a skateboard, where it goes boom
Yeah.
at both sides. I think it'd be like that,
But
and
he
the
said the
walls would
same
be
as
behind both
Anfield.
goals,
That's what I mean. But he said the same as Anfield. But
and we'll be like,
Anfield's
"We hate Villa more than you." We're singing that across the stadium.
But when he talks about Anfield, and you look at the Kop mainly. It's one stand. It's not split in two. That is their big wall.
Yeah,
And I wondered if you're going to get these two, or maybe these two. So one behind the goal. What would be the Tilton and Kop now? Are they just going to be all one tier, and then you'll have two tiers around the other side, rather than two ends?
but then how does that look in a stadium from the outside? That looks terrible.
No, it looked the exact same because you build the stand. The outside is built how you want it built. You wouldn't see that necessarily because you'd still bowl it inside, that it'd all connect up. And then once you go past the seating, it depends how far about you build the concourse, and then you build down or round.
I just think you have two sides built like this. You'll have one banked round, so it's like a, I don't want to say a toilet seat, but like the U shape, and then out that side you got glass, which will show you the it'll show you the city skyline.
Essentially.
Really smart, right? It's becoming increasingly powerful. So you got the data thing.
Brilliant intel.
Yeah, Martin clicked it all well. So, how accurate was on last year's data?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the mixed emotion. Obviously, looking on Twitter at the moment.
Yeah.
But what people are saying, I can't understand why we've announced this and made it such a big thing. Just to
say what we
we're
knew yesterday.
We're building a new stadium. Yeah, which is no different to what we would do. Interesting to now see the Blues have shared.
Now there's a waiting list.
Oh, that
the infrastructure
layout.
photo, yeah. If I can get it, just for anyone who hasn't seen it.
What we're doing for the new stadium is
so this,
yeah,
which makes me think that the stadium is going to be bowl anyway because of
that's
design.
A bowl. That other one's a bowl. Do you remember that video they did at the train station? It was a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that we're going to end up with a bowl. I'm not too against it if it brings.
As long as it's not soulless. If it means something, or it just makes us like elite, it's fine. But I don't particularly like a bowl, but it does.
If you look at most bowls, though, majority of the bowls, the top bit's round too, when they're around seating. Looking at this design, that bit in the middle where it's open is fully square.
That's the same as Wembley, though.
Bowled around it.
Wembley's an oval with a square cut out the top, isn't it?
But you got an 18,000 seated arena, 10,000 seater stadium for the women's, which I think is quite interesting to know that if they build it correctly in time, will be the first ever purpose-built stadium for a women's team.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite a big thing to show.
Yeah.
And 10,000 fans, I reckon they'll be able to fill that if they're in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, like they said, they had 10,000 to St Andrews, didn't they, in the last game of the season? So they can consistently be better and pushing that, and the communities are coming together more for it. Then I can see that being easily sold out. And if we can get like them sort of stadiums sold out more regularly or more full more regularly, it's even more revenue. But like he's just said, like the houses and the pubs and hotels and everything around the ground that we're building will be club revenue.
Looking through Twitter, and there's quite a few people that tweet that are local to a lot of Blues fans. And Lemod has posted a tweet.
Right.
He's put that first, my garden shed, and what a fucking shithole at Villa Park is going to hit like crack. So I think we're going to get a lot of shit. And the first time that stadium's not sold
Hang on, they're
out,
talking about a name.
A very high bidder.
Oh, it's going to be Knighthead Park or something.
a very high bidder has brought the rights for the stadium name.
Yeah. Knighthead, I can imagine.
Maybe Delta, the Delta Airline Arena.
I don't know. I don't think Knighthead build a sports quarter and don't call it Knighthead.
Yeah, but I get you got St Andrews at Knighthead Park at the moment, but do they call it after themselves, or do they call it something like St Andrews? St Thomas.
I think it'd be the new St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Well, it'd be something stadium at Knighthead Park. That'd be what it'd be at the Knighthead Sports Quarter, something like that.
That's the other thing. The sports quarter at the moment is just called the sports quarter. Is it going to be the sports quarter, or is it going to be Knighthead Park?
It'll be. I think that'll be what Knighthead Park will be. That whole area will become known as Knighthead Park.
So BCFC 1875 SHA have just put a tweet out that Tom Wagner said, "We have a great manager. We're lucky to have him. He's doing a good job." Which I was saying earlier kind of shuts that rumour up of obviously there was a bullshit thing put out earlier by Football Insider to say Chris Davis is now under pressure even though he beat Preston.
Yeah.
And he's got to beat Bristol or whatever. And I think that's kind of that's just as good as saying that as all the players and all the staff and all that posting the photo with Neumann and Clara to show that they've got no issues with each other. It's purely just shit talking.
They've got to create news somehow to share, haven't they? So,
do we end up with an arena?
16,400 new jobs for construction alone.
Does the arena, you talk about the Ball and Globe coming in, does the arena that we get represent the sphere that's in Las Vegas? That would give you your ball.
Maybe. Like, what shape is it on that construction square?
Yeah, but it's like 4 buildings on that.
I don't know. I just think if they want it truly like world beating, then something.
Do we have a double sphere with the bars? Like it's you 2 balls.
Either that, or it'll be something like the greenery outside will be a big park. That'll be a badge.
Yeah, because one of the photos they showed earlier was someone cycling, and it was like round.
Yeah,
there was a plant pot in the middle. So I wonder if they put like
the Ball and Globe will be in there. This will be in there somewhere. That outline, at least, will be in there somewhere. I found it interesting that they closed 3 deals on that single Wrexham game. Just goes to show, like, Rorschach's atmosphere. The sponsors will be like, "Oh, okay."
I think the other thing to note as well, I saw this the other day and I thought it was quite interesting because it was only announced 7-8 months ago that he'd come into partnership. David Beckham has been removed as a director from Salford.
Right.
So was the rest of the 92, because obviously people were talking about putting investment into Blues, but then he went and brought into Salford, so he couldn't. But everyone but Gary Neville and Phil Neville have now been removed as directors from Salford. They've all sold their shares. So technically, he's not linked to an English football club. So
maybe.
could that deal have turned out? He's gone, I'll go Salford because it's.
Look at the shape of the O on forward.
Just to reiterate, your stance on it. Why has the club not invested
It's
more
like an oval.
inside the stadium, and what are you doing to improve service levels, speed of service,
And the open house. It's an oval.
Yeah. Or is that just the font?
Let's take the speed of service. The speed of
Probably
service
just the font.
since the start of this season. We put in Disney queues, we've increased the number of taps in, if you take the front.
Someone's put, can we name it the Sir Thomas Wagner Stadium?
Taps to 40.
Sir Thomas Wagner of Wagnerville.
The queue wait times have gone down significantly. We got a graph.
So Ryan Killeen, who's quite big on Twitter, has put, in my opinion, I think the stadium will be a full LED wrapped screen on top of blue brick. Tom mentioned how we commercialised the stadium, a cross between the Vegas Sphere and Allianz Arena in Munich.
But it beats them by a long, long way. So the speed of processing the
He's not even
transaction
listening.
we are doing
No.
is exceeding
Ryan Killeen
football stadiums. Sort of
has tweeted,
Oh.
Ryan Killeen has tweeted, in my opinion, I think the stadium will be a full LED wrapped screen on top of blue brick. Tom mentioned how we commercialised the stadium, a cross between the Vegas Sphere and the Allianz Arena in Munich.
So if you look at
And you can light it all up in any colours.
That'd be cool.
On a Saturday game, we couldn't take
I feel like you get something like that because of wanting England games in
this
World
year,
Cup
we-
matches and stuff there.
Because of the speed we've been able to do, the queuing systems, the training, and everything else. And as Tom was referring to with Andy,
He's just said they did 38,000 transactions between at the weekend, the last home game.
did reduce
38,000 transactions. People are on about speed times. He's like, we did 38,000 transactions 3 hours before to 2 hours after. Like, there's only so much they can do, I guess.
every single day to make sure we are selling.
So obviously Blue shared the head of infrastructure, Nick Smith, showcased the latest draw into the Birmingham Sports Court this evening's open house forward. Blues extra but Villa have painted their fence, refurbed a warehouse and spray painted a wall. We are so far behind them. It's a joke.
When it gets to the ball ring, there's a sports store that really
Mark put, right now I have a football boner. Tom Wagner is a fucking legend.
Would you consider as another revenue stream setting up a store in the city?
Talking about
Yes.
By the way, if you think seeing that store pains you, because you can see it from what, like 30 yards away, imagine how they're going to feel when there's a stadium you can see from every single place in the city. And I was
I love the way you answered that.
standing on a hill.
Someone put,
Broadway, you know, it's about 35 miles away.
someone put steepest stadium. You'll never sing that.
Stadium.
You'll see the stadium from 35 miles away.
Cotswolds, he just said, or something like that.
Yeah. Broadway, that's by us.
And again, just to answer
By
the
me.
question,
Sure.
Broadway, that's by me.
the retail locations. Quite honestly, the city centre one will be losing them money. And the most important thing for us is growing the bottom line. There's no point, growing a whole load of top line if you just end up costing you a bunch of money and you're losing money. So we are looking at other options and how we do that in the most commercially viable way.
I love the fact that he also said, oh, you think it pains you to look at a shop when you're in the town centre. Imagine how they're going to feel everywhere they are in Birmingham. They'll be able to see our stadium.
The next question we have is: the victims of the Birmingham pub bombings deserve to be honoured in the new home. They're part of the city's history. Can you guarantee that there will be some kind of tribute at the sports?
Yeah, as as people know, we put up a plan to remember the lives lost of those people in that terrible thing. And that is on our stadium, and just like the other tribute stones, we will leave those to
A lot of tweets are talking about the fact that Nick Smith used the word Colosseum. Obviously, Colosseum's known to be stone and brick built.
Yeah.
People
And
saying,
I thought pillars at that time.
yeah, a lot of people are saying, does this kind of open up the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, which is the brick warehouse-looking one.
Yeah.
Does that potentially open up that we potentially could have the outside built similar to that? Or is it just people looking too much into it?
Until someone told me today.
They just asked him about Christoph Clara and Neumann.
I'm sure Chris will probably want to answer this. Do you think these social media trends and what impact does it have on them?
I mean, look, first of all, after the fight.
Well,
No, Chris, go ahead.
tell them you're joking on that, Tom.
Joking.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I hadn't heard that.
Where do you think?
I don't look at social media. I have never, engaged in any of it, so I don't really know what's going on. But if there was a fight between those two, then Newman would be standing up. Quite vague, and he's going to win it. We have got great captains,
Neumann going into work tomorrow night. Come on, let's just see what happens.
I love the fact that he was just like, yeah, if there was a fight, yeah.
Neumann won't be standing.
Yeah.
Clara's winning that either day.
Maybe we can put that on at the stadium and make a bit more money.
We're just going to squeeze in one more question before we get your closing.
Player boxing, pre-season player boxing.
Market starts well, but occasionally faces
Fight for your contract.
You really need more time.
Fight for your position.
No,
Literally fight for your position.
Promise, come on. I actually think you're talking about this. When
We need more drums.
Who said that?
Wagner. Is there anything you think the new stadium design is missing? And he was like, yeah, I think we need more drums.
I can't imagine they'd look good, but do we end up with Birmingham City cheerleaders?
And play a harder, irrespective of the style that they've been asked to play.
No.
Or a Birmingham City band like a Dance Cowgirl Boys do. We've got the whole band, haven't they?
And a whole halftime show. Like we get like Jay-Z or Beyonce, Taylor Swift come and do 15-minute set.
That's what we're trying to preserve as we think about designing the stadium. So, we should be more cohesive, louder.
But yeah, we could end up with like
staff here that really care. We have players that really care. I spent a lot of time with these guys. I'm telling you, they really care. Let's show them that we really care as well, that we have them. When something goes wrong, stop fearing the inevitable negative outcome. It's not that future. Okay? It's not future. So when we stumble, pick them up. And let's see what happens. I suspect that because since we've invested in the club on home sellouts, we have one loss. We weren't that loud at 7. And when we're loud, we perform a step show. I should say technical too, but
my sound and my video are so far out.
Yeah.
So I think that we have an obligation.
Like my sound is Tom Wagner talking, my video is Jeremy Dale talking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop saying I don't care what anyone else say, but I do care what you say, but I suspect most people agree that we can do that. So, I'm right there with you. I was there last night.
But I think I can't remember if it was Jeremy Dale or somebody earlier, he said, we're very lucky to have the owners we have. We 100% have the best in football. In this football.
Yeah.
I think we do. He's so dedicated to getting it right and doing what he needs to do.
I generally think he's become a Blues fan as well. Like he loves it.
I don't think he's necessarily. I think he would be a Blues fan either way because he's our owner. I think he's generally become a football fan.
A football fan, yeah.
Yeah, and he's took on the passion of that, and obviously Blues being his team is one of those where
this is what our commercial partners say to us is
he wants to make Villa suffer and
we all pull together and help.
us thrive.
We all raise money and do that when we do the Christmas event. Our commercial partners say, we come to you and ask you, can we do this? And the answer is, whatever the question is, the answer is yes. And so
it is, this is the time for us all to.
Can they sponsor our charity match?
About this.
Yes.
The answer is always yes.
Or, making sure we.
I'm going to message him. Like, Jeremy, you said the answer's always yes, mate.
Yeah.
You
I'll
told me no.
text him in. I'll WhatsApp in a minute, see what he says.
The first day when.
Love the show, mate. Just to let you know, you did say the answer's always yes, and we'd love to be sponsored by
Blues.
Nighthead.
Let's make sure we all do every last bit we can do to do that. And as I said earlier, the atmosphere in this place, when St Andrews is rocking, there's no better place like this. So,
At the moment,
The photos, we were on here beforehand. I've seen your face the same as mine. When they showed what it looked like 2 years ago and how fucking good it looks now,
yeah,
I was like, there is no stadium like ours. We have the best looking stadium out there.
Appreciate your time.
But it looks good.
Has he wanted to sign up?
Thank you to everyone who's joined us here in Club
Yeah.
111.
Tom Wagner going to say anything else?
No. I got thank you. Keep right on.
And to our senior leadership team, and of course, to Jeremy.
Finally remote. Otherwise, it might play some weird music in the background.
Yeah,
Very interesting to. We definitely
interesting,
wouldn't
but
have-
a little bit underwhelming. So,
I think it's given us a very big wealth of knowledge of what we're doing at the moment, like that people not understanding why we are the highest making revenue outside the parachute payments.
I think
And then, like you said, 38,000 transactions over a
the
weekend.
bit that blew my mind was they picked 13 world-class architects. They narrowed it down to 5 and then paid them all entirely to create 5 projects. Then they narrowed that down to 3 and went, go into more detail. This is what we want. And then they've picked the one. So they've paid a fortune
to get the
just to get the design right. And when you're looking at the designs they've built, I'm really intrigued as to what Stephen Knight's going to have to do with this whole thing.
I had this conversation with Holly earlier. So Stephen Knight, obviously, Freddie Blues fan out there doesn't know. Obviously, made Peaky Blinders. So I feel like we're going to get the Garrison pub rebuilt.
There will be a Garrison pub, I think.
But he seen it as the Garrison pub that it was then, and got to work with a lot of people that spoke about it. And obviously, you see it in the films, whatever. I have a feeling there'll be some part of a stadium tour where you'll go and visit like a pub that'll be like a museum style pub.
Yeah.
And so they will rebuild the Garrison as a match day home fans blues pub.
I think they're missing a trick if they don't have the Duke's Head as a pub around the stadium.
Or they just put a big statue of the Duke.
The Duke's Head as a pub, though, that is iconic.
Yeah. Or the Duke of Brum.
Duke of Brummagem.
But very interested to see what also comes out on the 20th.
Yeah.
And what's being said there.
I want to know what I'm doing on the 20th. What day of the week is that?
Thursday.
Oh, are we doing a live that day?
Day before, but we can move it.
So I think we'll be doing a live on that Thursday.
Yeah. Let me make sure I'm free first.
When is it? 20th of November?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm free.
20th
Also,
of
to anyone that wanted to watch, apologies that we haven't been live for 2 weeks. Kieran decided, 1, he wanted to go to Egypt.
And 2, Donald Trump wanted to fly into the country and stop me getting home.
No, the second week we didn't go live because you decided to tell me on the Wednesday that you were going out for your birthday.
Yeah.
You weren't going to do a live. So obviously we didn't go live for that one.
Yeah, that's on me. So
but
holiday or birthday. What Well, you were live whilst I was on holiday. I was watching it with Jamie.
Yeah, we missed
We
the
only
week
missed
after.
1
It's been
week, which
2
was my
weeks.
birthday.
Was it 1 week?
So, well, I tried to watch it, but my Wi-Fi was terrible. So,
We'll have a look back on last night.
yeah,
Obviously, nice little win away at Preston. Seen a lot of stuff online today, obviously regarding the game,
yeah,
and the only thing that game clarified for me is that Cashin needs to fuck off.
yeah. I
He
think
came on
I've
and within the
watched that
first two,
thing.
3 minutes.
I've watched that thing again. I think that's 50-50. I think it's fair enough. I'd be fuming if it was on our player, but
Yeah,
also
but
it's fair, and it's about time someone went in our favour.
I understand that. But I get the point of you come onto the pitch to defend a 1-0 lead at a very tough away ground. Why would you even put yourself in that situation? I get Damari Gray fucks it beforehand and it puts the ball there. But why would you even do that and risk giving away a penalty that late into a game that we'd then not be able to come back from? They'd
So what
have
do you
all
do?
momentum.
Just let him go through and score anyway,
Stand your
faster.
ground. Why are you trying to drag him down?
Because he was faster than him, wasn't he? He was already ahead, and then he's like grabbed his arm and pulled him back.
But if you
It's rough.
watch the replay where he's pulled him down, there's another player coming to cover him. We had like 7 defenders on the field. He just hit him and got out for a corner, I reckon, but obviously not.
I
totally worked
really
for them.
liked the fact that we switched up formation to 3-5-2.
What when we had the 7 defenders on the field?
Yeah, I was like, okay, so that's Chrissy Davis plan B, and that's what I said to you early on in the season. I think that's the formation we should exploit
Yeah.
more often, to be honest, because we've got such attacking and versatile wing backs. Like, they're just as good at going forward as they are sitting back. So why shouldn't we use that? And I'm not being funny. Keshi is what we've been missing the last few games.
Yeah, 100%.
He's just another level, but like he's on fire at the minute, and the runs he makes, the passes, the overlaps, the fact that he knows Cochrane's going to be there and Cochrane trusts him, so he runs past him, knows that Keshi's going to then stay back and be there. That we've missed that so much, and that's what we don't get.
I hate to say it because it is true. Also, we've missed that from Keshi, but Roberts has come in and done well with what he's done so far, and the way that he plays.
A bit sad that he picked up an injury, but Chris Davis said it wasn't anything major.
Precautionary. So.
He did say it wasn't anything major, but we got a big game at the weekend.
Bristol City away is going to be massive.
If we can get a draw out of that.
We do have a habit, though, of going there and winning when we need to.
Yeah.
I think...
I don't think it's a must-win, but I'd like to win. But I think...
I think a point would be good. Obviously, like we said earlier, the whole Clara and Neumann situation, they looked solid against each other. Again, Clara looked a bit lost with it on the left-hand side.
Only for a little bit, though. I don't think it was the whole game.
Yeah.
I think he settled into it.
I think for the first 10 minutes or so, he struggled to adapt.
Yeah.
And then once that 10 minutes had gone, I think it kind of settled his nerve after getting a couple of clearances.
But I think we've looked really terrible the last couple of weeks, really. Any ball coming in the box. One way or another. And yesterday, they must have headed 500 balls in the box. They were so direct, and those two were just there every time. Bang, see you later. Bang, see you later. And it was just rinse and repeat. And I thought that was great to see, really, as to, we can actually defend. And when the balls were coming in from corners and free kicks, I weren't overly that bothered, which is the first time I felt that this season.
It does make me question, though. Like, obviously, if everyone's going to want your back four will either be Laird or Asai Samuel. Neumann, Clara, Cochrane. That is our back
I think
four.
Laird gives us so much more than Bright, but
Yeah, but on the bench we tend to have one centre half, one fullback. So we have either Bright or Laird when they're both fit, or at the moment we've got Samstead, and then we have Cash in at the moment. When Robinson's back from suspension,
fuck him off.
yeah, but the problem is, do you want Robinson or do you want Cashin on your bench?
Well, at least Cashin will last the whole game. I mean,
Okay.
Robertson's played 4 games. I think he's played a total of like 70 minutes. And that's not because of substitute appearances, it's because he came fucking sent off. And I don't think Chris Davis is happy with him because he said even in that thing, he basically called him out in that press conference after, saying, well, he lost his head. And then he said, not all signings we've made have been the correct decisions from what we can now see. And the only 2 that really stand out are Cashin and Robertson. Maybe Yokoyama. Maybe he's another one where they're saying, but he's only young, so maybe he'll come into it. From what I've seen of him, I'd love to see him play more. But
you mean Kenya Fujimoto?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, Yokoyama was last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fujimoto, who's played like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he looked good. He looks like Jay from the In-Betweeners, but
I think it's one of those as well. I think the only other transfer we've made that potentially could go down as a bad signing, and it's not because he's a bad player, it's just because we're not playing him right. No, is Doyle at the moment. I think he's now starting to play in that deeper role and he's being more comfortable.
Yeah.
But up until Swansea game, Sheffield Wednesday game, I'd have said that was a bad signing because we're not playing him correctly. We're not playing him the way he needs to play.
Scott Wright's still playing for us.
Yeah, he's injured. Did his ACL?
Still injured.
Yeah.
I just seen him on my TV.
I read that he weren't due back till like January, February. But then someone put on Twitter the other day our current injuries and when they're due back. And apparently he's due back middle of November. They reckon that if we don't get any more injuries now, come after the international break in November, we'll have a fully fit squad.
That'll be good. Well, other than Buchanan, no, he can't be due back yet.
Apparently he's due back in training beginning of November.
Right.
Again, it's football Twitter. It could be a load of bullshit.
Yeah.
But
I feel like Duke's not Duke. Stano's really starting to play with confidence again.
Yeah. 100%.
And you can see it, and he's working his socks off again. I think he had a little bit of a dip, but maybe I think he got in his own head because he hadn't scored for a few games, and people were calling him Pensfield and all that. And now he scored a few goals that aren't pens, and he's like, yeah, he's back.
I think you've also got to look at the situation of, again, we've said it about so many players not being played the correct positions.
Yeah.
I think since halfway through the Stoke game when he got dropped into that number 10 role, he's looked a lot better in that 10 role, and it looks like he's comfortable in it because he can drop deep, he can get the ball, he can spray passes out wide.
I'm looking forward to Dutch coming back. And having Stano as the one up front. I think it makes such a difference to our team as well. Iwata in the midfield.
See, I didn't agree with Leonard being dropped because I think the last couple of games he's been a really good player. I also put it in that chat that I thought I'd have gone for yesterday. I'd have gone with Leonard and Doyle, both in that deep role.
Yeah.
I
think my problem with Leonard is he's a little bit inconsistent, but I think Tomoki's more consistent. But he's Mr. Versatile, isn't he? If we need him, to transfer over there, he'll just go.
The only problem with Tomoki that we've got at the moment is some of his passing is awful. Some of his decisions
he drifts into midfield, and he's been like kind of going more central and leaving them really wide out there.
Yeah.
So I was quite happy to see Samstead back on the pitch yesterday.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him because maybe he might be another player that probably wasn't the right signing.
Josie said yesterday about Williamson as well. Like he's
Injured.
not playing either. So it's kind of like
He's
we've
injured.
actually got a fair few players that are actual like regulars at the start of the season that we ain't got playing now.
You've got Dutch, Laird, Buchanan, Williamson, Wright. They're 5 big players that I said were out injured. You had Brighter Samuel, but he's on his way back to recovery.
Yeah.
But 5 big players that you sit there and you go in, they're 5 people that could change a game at any point.
Yeah.
They're not kind of, but they could play well. It's Wright's going to come on, he's going to run it, he's going to try his hardest.
Yeah.
She's going to, from what we've seen, he's going to be able to hold that ball up, link with Stansfield, playing them deeper roles. You said about putting him as the number 10 and Stansfield up top. I'd still go the other way around. And I'd have Dutch up top. So we can come into Stansfield deeper, but then they have the knowledge of each other to know that if Dutch is dropping in for a goal kick, Stansfield's on the run.
Yeah.
And Stansfield runs from deeper on that run. So you're pulling out a centre half with Dutch for that header. He's getting the flick on, and Stansfield's got that space then to run into. But Stansfield's very comfortable in that 10 role, and seems to control our game a lot more. You've got Buchanan, which we know that if he's fully fit and can stay fit, him and Cochrane are just as good as each other, and they're both great defenders. Laird, like you said earlier, I think he offers more than Asai Samuel attacking.
Asai Samuel annoys me so much. Like he's a great defender, but like every time he goes forward, he's like run. Oh, okay, now stop, and now go backwards. And he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to overlap. He stays back
halfway line-ish, yeah.
Yeah, where Laird's like, fuck it, let me get in the box and pass it to someone across the goal line. Like,
I only caught bits of it driving home yesterday. Hull had the game on, like listening to it in the car. And the Blues TV commentator literally says about Gray when he come on, because he's just saying, runs, stops, comes back.
Yeah.
And one of the commentators literally goes, Gray's been on the field 5 minutes. I don't think I've seen him do a forward pass yet. Every time he's gone backwards. He's like, I don't get where this has come from. This is a guy that you see his history of playing in the Premier League. He gets the ball, he runs.
Yeah.
Taking people on. Puts in them crosses and then passes that are going to set chances. But for some reason at the moment, he just runs, stops, holds the ball for a minute, turns around and passes it back. And
I don't know if that's because Davis is a data monster, so he doesn't want to get tackled further up the field. He doesn't want to lose the ball. He doesn't want to make an incorrect pass, or he wants his passes to be like accurate, so his data looks better because they're picking on data or they're selecting people via data. Are they now data farming? Like
potentially
doing it. Oh, I'll just pass it there because then if it's lost, it's not my fault.
Yeah. But I think that's a problem that needs to be worked out, because if you've got him running down the wing and putting the correct balls in that he normally does, there's no reason why we shouldn't be scoring more goals from that point of view. He gets himself into some great positions, and then it's just the final product is the problem.
I think Kumas did well yesterday. He still annoys me. He's not a finished product, but he did really well yesterday, I think, to get into some of the positions. That one where he tried to pass it in, I think I'd have done the exact same thing, just the target. Because it's so easy just to smash it there and then you've ballooned it 30 foot over.
Yeah.
Just hit the
Come
target.
close to his volley as well. Was it
the
volley from the corner? And
it went inside netting.
Yeah, I said to Hull, I said, imagine the amount of hate he gets online because he's wasn't quite fit or whatever, and then go and score a volley like that for your first goal. You got shut the fan base up completely, don't you? But he's looked more comfortable the last couple of games. Maybe
I do think we're starting to really gel now. I found it very interesting. We sat back quite a bit. We gave up possession last night.
We sat back so early.
but we surrendered possession for the sake of rigidity at the back, which I know we're playing a strong side, but I thought that was quite good to see that we didn't just try and go there and play our way, because we would have got spanked,
Yeah.
I think.
But the thing that I don't like is we're in the 83rd minute or something. We've made changes. We've got 7 defenders on the field, and we just allowed them to put pressure on. We didn't really defend. It was kind of, well, we'll hope they'll put the ball in the box and we can see it out for a goal kick or throw in whatever.
But
And
in our defence,
unnecessary pressure.
we had gone all out attack for so long with hitting the post and one cleared off the line and obviously scoring the goal, that I just think maybe at that point it was like, right, we're not going to score again. Let's just sit back and
Save the energy.
and hold on. Yeah, because they're dangerous at home. We know what we're like at home when we've been protecting that run of home games of not losing. That last few minutes is the most crucial of the whole game, and that's we scored so many goals. So I think he's going to be like, right, if this was us at home, what I'd want us to do is this. So I think that's why we shut shop and went to like 7-1-1 or something stupid. 7-3.
Very, very defensive, and it got people game time that haven't played for a while. Like
Beadle still, like, he made a few when he run out to that player. I thought, what is he doing? Because he hesitated for a second and then he was off the pace. He was running out and then he hesitated, then carried on running. Where if he had carried on running, he'd have been there first, I think. But
someone said it that they worked it out that if he had carried on running, he'd just cleared the ball comfortably. But I think the problem being was, he's run out to get it, and I think he's saying, "Oh, okay, I've got Clara and Neumann." But I think both of them may have took a step back, like, right, I'll slow down that pace just because he's going to stick this Rose head.
Yeah.
And he's thought the exact same thing. Oh, Neumann will just clear that out.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of that miscommunication. Obviously, their strikers took it round him and then put it the one place in the goal that Neumann was stood. Thank God. But I like Beadle. I don't think he's necessarily done anything wrong in the last 2 games he's played.
I don't think his passing's good enough. I think that's why we miss Allsop, where he's just able to ping thing. But his passing had been off for a few games, hadn't it? So
I also think
we set to do him good.
With Allsop, the problem we had as well was when we've got Kyogo, Stansfield, Roberts, and Gray, who aren't 4 tall people up front, that's when he's trying to play long, and he's sitting there going, why are you doing it when we've got small players on the pitch? And then all of a sudden you get Dutch or Dykes come on, or someone bigger come on, and he plays it across the back. And I think that was the problem of Allsop's got a great distribution. It's just when he distributes it sometimes is the issue.
Yeah.
Where Beadle, I think, just plays it right. I'll play it comfortable. I'll play it out from the back. That's what I've done with
Speaking about distribution, did you see Pope's throw last night?
For Newcastle,
Mate.
65 yards.
Threw it over the halfway line comfortably and perfectly.
That's one Tom Brady would be happy, proud of.
Unreal.
But so where the little one goes to school, their head teacher's from Newcastle, and he's a big Newcastle fan, and we were talking about it earlier, and he said it was registered 65.8 yards he threw the ball, which is just mental. But to get an assist from it as well, not just throw it, but get an assist as well, I think that's more impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it was an unreal throw, and it goes through. He runs through, scores the goal. It was just like half the team when they celebrated with the keeper. It was like that. He basically scored that goal for Barnes.
It annoyed me though because I had the £2 bet free bet accumulator from Sky Bet yesterday. Put it on a few games. Didn't pick Blues because every time I picked them, I seemed to get the other result. And the only team that let me down is I had both teams to score in the Millwall Stoke game, and it finished 2-0. I was like, you just cost me like nearly £800. by not scoring. Fuming. So,
We've
um,
all been there.
but we'll wrap it up. Obviously, as always, guys, social media down should be here. Follow us on all those platforms. Drop us an email. It's on our link tree, which is in the description. To get involved, we also want to bring fans onto the channel at all times. So the more, the merrier. On the other hand, just under Kieran, you will see the QR code for our ticket sales for the charity match. They are still on sale. Get your tickets now. We want to see you there. We do have some news coming up about that. I don't know whether it's going to be this week. It might be next week. But a few things I need to finalise with Kieran when he finally actually responds to me. Just to sort out. But tickets are on sale, so scan the QR code. You can get those. Quickly before we go, score prediction for Bristol City.
1-1. And I think we'll see a Damari Gray goal.
I'm going to be the traitor here. I'm going to go 2-1 Bristol City. Just 'cause I think they're at home. They're on a good run. It's going to be tough. I think we'll push and push and push. Stansfield will score. And shits and giggles, Neumann will get red carded. Because it has to be someone. Or it'll be 2-2 and Beadle will score in the 90th minute. No. I said it the other day. I joined the Boy in Blues channel. I was talking to him. And he said, what was your thoughts on the whole game? I said, I'd have been pissed if Beadle had scored. The fact that every game this season I've said, Ryan Alsop's going to score in the 90th minute and Beadle had the chance to score in the 90th minute, I'd have been fuming.
He should have scored, though.
I said one or two things he should have done. A, he should have just chested it into the goal. The guy didn't need to jump. Don't know why he jumped and tried to header it awkwardly. He's 6'9". Just run into it and hit it in. Or last minute, move out the way. The defender's running back. He ain't stopping and getting that out in time because he thinks you're going to get it. If you just dodge out the way, it's hit the defender and going in. Or there was Kyogo back post, but he'd probably put it back 10 foot wide.
Yeah, he didn't.
How he missed the chance he missed, I don't know. But yeah, join us again next week. We will be live again next Wednesday. In the meantime, keep right on.
Keep right on.